Good morning, my little chickadoodlies. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Friday. Friday. One more day and the weekend's coming. Guys, so yes, Rod has spoken. Rod has spoken. And I'm sure you guys have seen the clip because I got it from my friend Becca Skips. And guys, I know a lot of the content creators have commented on Rod's clip. I'm going to comment on Rod's behavior and clip as well. If you've seen enough of it, this video isn't for you. If you want to hear my interpretation or impression of what Rod has to say, come on and check me out. I've been doing some other videos besides Gypsy Rose, so I don't want to say that she's not on the front burner. I have a few burners on my stove and I got a few things burning on it. So guys, Rod Blanchard, he has told his story a few times, but according to Rod, he paid child support, which we know he was in arrears, and we don't know if he was up to date by the time that Gypsy had passed. Now, don't yell. Gypsy was an adult. But according to Rod, she was a sick adult. An adult that couldn't get work. An adult that needed medical care. That was taken care of by one woman, which he impregnated and married, regardless of who did what. He took responsibility for the baby. The baby had his last name. Gypsy is his on paperwork, whether it's his or not. He's saying it's his. So, because guys, I don't know about Dr. Beckerman. But it doesn't matter. This isn't what this is about. This is about a man that says, I take responsibility. This is my oldest daughter and I love her. And then exploits the hell out of her. That's what this is about. I never felt bad for Gypsy. The only time I felt any kind of compassion was when her family turned on her and used her. Listen, I don't think Gypsy's a great person. I think that she unalived her mom. But if her dad was going to stay in contact with her and the rest of the family was going to stay in contact with her, then that's their choice to do that, right? That's their choice to do that. To have their phone calls monitored, to have the life that they want. But here's the thing. Where were they before the MURDER? Because Gypsy was an adult, right? Gypsy was an adult. So why'd Rod show up then? Let's face it. He hadn't shown up. He hadn't tried to show up. He could have found his kid in 2004, 2005, 2000. He could have always found his kid. In 2010, 2011, he could have found his kid. In 2015, he damn sure could have found his kid. And she could have found him. Now, I understand if Gypsy felt that she was unwanted by her dad. I could give her that. Let's just play that. I give her that. But she sure did reach out to him, and somebody, the first phone call, the connection, when she was incarcerated after the crime, he went to her, she went to him. Where were they before? Gypsy had sent terrible pictures to her dad of her own body, and I know that 99% of the people listening to this know that. How'd she send them to him if she didn't know how to get in touch? Let's say Aaliyah sent them, because that's the way they're trying to play it. Aaliyah didn't send them, Gypsy did, I believe. But let's say Aaliyah sent them. How'd she know how to get in touch with Rod? Rod's bullshit of not knowing how to find his daughter, yet paying for child support the whole time. That's according to Rod. And according to Rod, she was going to die when she was 18, 19, 20. If she'd even lived that long, according to Rod. But he just let that go. He didn't get in touch with her. He didn't try to fight for her. He did nothing. He just said, what the fuck, man? Okay, gone. And then he comes out here and acts like the loving, caring dad that wants a second chance with his daughter when he could have had it the whole time. And to me, you don't want a second chance with your kid. Where's the inconvenience you made for your child, Rod? You haven't made any. You have made a bunch of inconveniences for yourself to go chase women. You have made your life much more complicated on your own to go chase women. You involved your kid in that by keeping dirty secrets for you. That's not good. That's not healthy. So when you talk about all the good things you tried to do as a dad, I call bullshit because of the behavior. Because of your behavior and what has come out. Guys, Rod says the stupidest things that we're just going to go ahead and debunk right off the get. So let's get to it. So again, this was sent to me by Becca because I reached out and asked for it. But I don't know who's doing this live. I don't know who it is. It's definitely a pro-Gypsy, or they're appearing to be a pro-Gypsy for Rod, or they are a pro-Gypsy. So I don't know the voice, and I don't know who it is. My apologies. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or take anything away. I don't know who it is. So
you'll hear me now, right?
Yeah, I could hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just some questions I had for all the haters. If
unfortunately, I'm classified as a hater, and I'm not known as a hater. That is like the furthest thing that somebody who actually knows me would call me. I'm not a hater. And lumping everybody in to haters because they disagree with a story that's been told to us several different ways, it pauses us to ask questions. To Gypsy's, her gymnastical mind fuck is something that should be taught and something that should be practiced for older people so that they don't lose their memory, though it might cause them to think that they are effing insane. To keep up with Gypsy's lies, that should be a game. Keeping up with Gypsy's lies, and it should really be geared toward the elderly because of onset dementia. There you go. I love that.
if their story is that everything can be explained from the micro deletion, and Dee Dee was actually a good mother, some simple questions like, why was she in a wheelchair?
Rod, do you listen? Your own daughter explained. She said she lied to her mom and told her mom she had no feelings in her legs, which apparently a doctor told her that while she was having a procedure done, a doctor told Gypsy, this is according to Gypsy, your daughter, Rod. She said that while she was having a procedure done, while Gypsy was having a procedure done, the doctor told her that during that procedure, she went into a seizure and she lost the feelings in her legs. She might get them back. She probably will get them back. And she did. And your own daughter said that she didn't tell her mom because she wanted the attention. So she wasn't getting enough attention. She wanted more attention. That's from your own daughter's mouth, Rod. What do you say about that? What do you say about that? And the fact that your daughter's fucking lazy, okay? And I believe she'd put her ass in a wheelchair and have somebody push her now in the future because she's effing lazy, Rod.
And these are all questions that you don't even need to do a lot of research and go read all the medical records and all this stuff.
I'd like to ask you a question, Rod. Did you read the medical records? Because I don't think you spent any time trying to honestly figure out what happened, because I think you know what happened. You said it. You said it on a phone call to your daughter. It's too bad your mama didn't let you date boys.
Just some simple questions. Why was she in a wheelchair since like 5 or 6 years old and made to stay in the wheelchair?
Well, we have plenty of pictures showing she wasn't made to stay in a wheelchair. We got a video of her jumping off a porch.
Why take biopsies on her legs? Why remove her salivary glands?
Well, Rod, I think that's actually in her medical records. So her salivary glands, you know, when she's trying to catch her spit with her tongue, you know, she's got a lot of saliva, and apparently, you know, I would think that you could choke on that, especially when you're younger, right? And the biopsy in her legs kind of go with the story that your own daughter said, and she does have a microdeletion, something apparently you know nothing about, or the symptoms of it, or children grow out of many things. Children tend to be sicker when they're younger. They have more allergies. And, you know, your daughter was a sick kid. And you know that your daughter was a sick kid. Was Dee Dee overprotective of the love of her life, which was her daughter? Probably. She could have even been a hypochondriac. You still think that justifies MURDER? Really? Let me ask you a question, Rod. Why are you asking us, strangers? Why don't you know? Where were you?
It's very true.
Why forge her birth certificate? If she was such a good mother, why would you do that?
Well, I hate to ask a question with a question. I hate to answer a question with a question, but I'm going to go ahead. What did you contribute to support for them? What did you do? And again, Rod, you thought your own daughter was very, very sick. Where were you? What kind of life? And I'm not saying what Dee Dee did was okay, but what kind of life, Rod, would your daughter had if Dee Dee didn't do that? I'm just going to ask you because I honestly know that Gypsy, it's not even that I believe it. I know that Gypsy has a microdeletion because that's in black and white. That's what the doctors say. And with that microdeletion comes these side effects. And these side effects hit on exactly what's going on or what went on with your kid when your kid was a kid. You weren't around for that. So while they were trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with my child, that's your ex-wife, when she was trying to figure that out while you were out boating and, chasing women, that's what she was doing. If she had to forge things so that she could get benefits and have Gypsy live the kind of life that she wanted her to do, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's not coming from the place that you're making it come from. Why would somebody forge birth dates? For benefits. Usually it's for benefits. Dee Dee wasn't forging her birth date. Dee Dee was forging your kid's birth date so that your kid could get things. Why weren't you involved? Why didn't you put a stop to that? Ignorance? Is that what you're going to claim? Ignorance? And that you paid? You didn't pay. You were in arrears. So the fact that you're even talking and I'm trying to believe something out of your mouth, the only thing that's come up with you, Rod, is that you like fucking money. And girls. Girls.
You know, I mean, that's just some simple things that, right, yeah, she does have a microdeletion. There are symptoms. And some of her things, her eyes being crossed, might have something to do with the microdeletion. Some people say it doesn't. But
do you know how fucking stupid you sound, Rod? One of your kids has a microdeletion, an illness that is going to carry on in your bloodline. So generations after are going to have this. Possibly, right? Possibly. We don't wish this upon anybody. You haven't looked it up at all? While you're sitting out there on your boat, you haven't done anything like that? You haven't, brought it into the bathroom with you, and each time you go in there, try to read a little bit more about your daughter's illness? No, I believe you don't. I believe you don't give a fuck. And I believe you've shown us that. Guys, this is only part one. We're going to do a second part to this. Because, I mean, he's just an asshole. Does he not even realize how stupid he looks? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Yeah. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Do not be Rod Blanchard. And Becca found these photos of Gypsy, which are really cute, that I wanted to share with you guys. She's in a brownie uniform, and check out Becca's video. It's very good. All right, guys, take care. See you on the next one.